Hello everyone, I am Brian. You are Chords and Notes Nation. These are my two unnamed trolls, and this is another special edition reaction. I am going to talk a little bit about Andre Matos, who has left us recently, within the last week. From what I understand, it was a heart attack, and it's very unfortunate. Before I get talking about him, I wanted to say thank you all for joining me. This is not going to be a typical reaction. I notice there's a lot of reactors out there that are now getting on the Angra bandwagon and the Andre Matos bandwagon to review his songs as tribute, which is great. They do what they do. But those of you in Chords and Notes Nation who have paid attention to the channel, and especially those of you in Brazil, obrigado. You guys know that we've already been working on a lot of his material, not specifically for him, but a lot of the Angra, and I think I started doing some shaman, one maybe two songs. I haven't looked at my playlist to see how many I've done, with the intent to do more. And here I'm just going to have as a backdrop Time to Be Free, his album, a solo album. You know, it's always tough to process the loss of another being, especially a human being. And the closer they are to you, the more intense the emotional journey is. And sometimes with artists that have, through their art, made an impact on you as an individual, it's almost as if they have been there with you. They're an invisible friend, so to speak. Someone who is reflecting the emotions that you're feeling at any given time. Sometimes we have pain, we go through pain, and there's certain songs that help soothe that, help us transition through that emotional moment, or any love, anger, any of the emotions, any sort of connection that an artist makes. There's a special place that they inhabit in your heart. And from what I've been reading, a lot of you have reached out to my channel and started commenting on some of the reviews. It seems to me that he's made an impact on a lot of people, and that's more than enough reason to kind of talk about this a little bit. You know, as I'm listening to it, I'm hearing his voice, and I've talked about in the past how the range of his voice is good, is really good, but that it's lacked power. At this point, it doesn't matter. I mean, I'm still gonna think those things. I'm not gonna say, "Oops, I shouldn't have said that." You know, the man did what he loved, and he pursued it with a passion. And from what I've heard, I'm gonna say, I think he probably did the best he could with the tool that God gave him. And how many of us can say that? Think about that. You know, we're in a world where we have to go to work to survive. Ludwig van Beethoven is credited with saying, "Work is the death of art." So how many of us, because we're all artists at heart, different types of artists, but we're all artists. But how many of us are actually given the opportunity to pursue that and to put ourselves into it and explore. I don't think there's a lot of artists, but it's still a fraction of the whole. You know what I mean? So in his case here, what was he, 47? When he passed? And it's too short. It's always too short in time. Point being, he did what he loved. And he did it well. And he made a big impact on a lot of people. And it's not just people from Brazil. I've read comments from other musicians from around the world. I didn't realize he was as well known as he was. But his memory will live on through the work that he has created. There's an immortality with art. We're listening to his voice right now. I don't know how well you can hear it. I'm not going to turn it up too loud. Kids are sleeping. But it lives on. His work, his passion, his voice. The one thing, that's what he's known for, right? His voice. Was he known for something else? His fame? It's his voice. It's what he did with it. Whether I like it all or not, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Give credit where credit is due. The man did what he did, and he did it well, and he loved what he did. I hope his transition out of this plane of existence was peaceful. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.